Hello and welcome, everyone. Welcome to our Tuesday night Darshan meditation. Pramadas will be leading us in our meditation this evening, and tonight's subject will be this. After everything has been said, all that remains is I love you. How sweet is that going to be? I'm excited to participate in that. Before we get to that, I have just a few announcements to share. So we will be continuing our Zoom, YouTube, and Facebook gatherings from now through the end of April. So however you joined us this evening, you can continue to use those links. And there is one exception to that. During March, there's a special workshop, and you'll need a different Zoom link for the Friday night workshops in March. So if you go to our website, which is awakeyogameditation.org, there's a banner up at the top of any of the pages, and you can click on that banner and register. And by doing so, you'll get the special link for our Friday workshops. Also, if you're joining us on YouTube and Facebook and you aren't aware of other things we do, I invite you to go to that same website and sign up for our newsletter so you can find out all the wonderful things that we do. If you're joining us on Zoom this evening, if you have any challenges or have a question, you may reach out to the host by hovering your mouse over the chat icon, clicking that, and then there's a little message box that will open up and you can type a message there. Also, if you're on Zoom and you lose the video at some time tonight, if you look at your computer's navigation bar, there's a blue icon with a white movie camera. If you click on that, the video will come right back for you. And I believe the last thing I have to share with you is that at the very end of our meditation this evening, you'll see on your screen a slide that will give you a couple different options for gifting to our Swami Jana. So much of herself to us, to our community. She shares her love with us in every moment. And by gifting to her, it shows our gratitude. It also helps her take care of her worldly needs here. So thank you if you choose to gift in that way. And there will also be, when that slide is on the screen, there's also going to be a little bit of lovely flute music. But just know that that's the very last thing for our gathering this evening. And that's all I have. And it's my joy and delight to welcome Pramadas.
Thank you so much, Lakshmi. Hello, everybody. Pranam. Welcome to all. Lakshmi, I just want to let you know that you were garbled, but that may be because of my internet signal. So everybody, if I, for any reason, if my signal drops out, just please carry on. No worries. Well, just keep meditating. We're going to begin. Let's begin with the Gayatri, and then I'll give a little introduction to our meditation, and then we'll have our time of sitting together. So please let us join together in offering the eternal Gayatri prayer intended for our enlightenment. Let us meditate on the glory of that effulgent reality from whom the whole universe is projected. May that radiance enlighten our hearts, minds, and lives. Amen. So as Lakshmi mentioned, the kind of the subject for tonight's meditation is after everything has been said, what remains in our relationships with one another, with all of life, is I love you. And it actually goes even more, even deeper than that, because in I love you, there is an I and a you, and there is even a bit of space. As wonderful and sweet as our connections are when we are in the consciousness of loving one another and being loved so completely and fully, there is still another ways to go, and that is to complete unitive state of consciousness, a complete mergence in our consciousness. So, but for tonight, I just we can go with I love you in the sense of I am present to such a feeling of connection with one another. There is just the feeling of love and of completeness. So it's my sense of life is that all of us are each of us is a beautiful expression of light, of you could call it God, of energy, of that pure effulgent reality made manifest on earth as human form. And so each of us is that expression. And my experience of my own life and from sharing with others is that we all are striving, yearning, loving, desiring, cherishing the opportunity to express ourselves into life. That can be with spoken word, but also with everything that there is about our body, with and how we live our lives, what we choose as our vocations, or all of those different aspects. Most importantly, to be clear about that within ourselves, to be conscious, to get clear about what it is we want our lives to be an expression of. And so I love that. I think that is a worthy place for all of us to go. It's not for anyone to tell anyone else what their mission statement is for their lives, what it is that they are seeking to express and manifest. In the meditation tonight, my desire, my hope. So we are expressing ourselves, and how fulfilling it is when what it is that we've been yearning to share of ourselves, to express, when that has been received by, it can be another human, it can be by the cosmos, by the universe, or by a community, or by all beings, or all beings of light. So we're gonna work with that. My hope is that we can move into an experience that everything that we want to say, so we have something to say. Sometimes I think we all know what it's like when what we're wanting to say hasn't been heard, hasn't really been received, and maybe even sometimes it gets messed with, it gets fiddled with, it gets reinterpreted and misunderstood, all of those kinds of things that are natural in the human realm. And it is very, very possible, a very real possibility in life for us to express ourselves fully, and for that message, that which we are wanting, desiring so deeply with our whole being, our life, to express, for that to be received. So my intent, my purpose is for us to be able to move into the experience of everything that I've wanted to say. This is for each of us. Everything that I've wanted to express in my life has been expressed and has been received by others. So that any unconscious drive or compulsion falls away. That what we've really hoped and dreamed for our lives is complete. We've completed. I'm going to say, I know there's a bit of a lengthy introduction, but I feel it's important and useful and helpful. I hope it is for you. I spend a fair amount of time talking about that time when we are all going to make our final transition, our leaving the body. And my hope for all beings is that that transition, that Mahasamadhi, that great transition, can be peaceful and even joyful. Having um, uh, been present to that as a joyous experience for other beings. So I know that as a possibility. And what I also know about the possibility of that um, is that that is made possible by how we make all of our little transitions from moment to moment to moment to moment. And we don't have to wait till then to complete our life song, for our song to be not only sung but also heard and received. So, and then imagine once we have a sense of that and an inkling of that, everything that we've always wanted to say has been heard and been received completely purely without anything added. Um, that that offers us another way of being, not only in those relationships but in all our relationships. So that's where I'm going with this tonight. Again, I hope that even if we can make a little movement towards that, and I know that I'm getting to do all the talking right now, and so I'm getting to do all the expressing. In our meditation, um, I'm going to ask each of us to move into the feeling of what it is to be heard, to be completely heard, listened to, accepted, loved, adored, just as we are, with everything that we have to express. So that's it. So um, thank you for allowing me to, not that you had a choice, but thank you for listening to the description and explanation. And so what we'll do, I'll have a little more once we begin with our eyes closed and begin our meditation. At the completion of the introduction, then we will have 3 chimes of the bell, and then Lakshmi is going to time us, and we'll have stillness, silence for 20 minutes, and then we'll have a single chime of the bell. And after that, she'll be putting up the slide, and if you like, we can join together in offering the prayer of perfection. And then that will be the completion of our time together. And as Lakshmi mentioned, if you would like to make an offering to Swami Nityananda, we'll have that information. We'll have that slide and some lovely flute music for us to end our time together. So please, thank you for being here. Thank you for your presence, for the gift of your presence now and always. Each of us is a gift, and to have the privilege and the blessing of being in the presence of the gift that you are is a treasure beyond anything that we can possibly measure or compare. I hope that you can come into the awareness of that, the reality of that, not just the words that I'm saying, but the feeling and the genuineness of that reality. Let us now all be seated comfortably in a meditative posture, with hands placed on the thighs, palms turned upward, with spine, neck, and head erect, and eyes closed, with vision mentally lifted to the spiritual eye just between and above the eyebrows, at the center of the forehead. At the center of pure consciousness, let us now visualize Mother Earth suspended before our inner eye. Let us radiate the light of healing to Mother Earth, seeing harmony and peace, justice and mercy, freedom and abundance prevailing throughout our beloved Mother Earth. sending all our love, our pure love, our compassion, our care, our understanding and wisdom to all beings, to all the elements, to all creatures, to the minerals, the waters, everything of Mother Earth. We offer our love, our heart, our whole heart we offer, holding nothing back, giving ourselves completely, sharing our love with all in our beloved Mother Earth. Let us imagine the earth coming closer to us, and we can begin to make out geographic, topographical details of the earth more clearly. The outlines of the continents, the ocean, the polar ice caps. Coming closer still, we see the mountains, the desert, the plain, continuing to radiate our love and thanksgiving for the miracle of life that is this earth, the beauty, a beauty that has no boundaries, no nations, no states. It is just the beautiful earth, including all its peoples, all its animals, all creatures. And coming closer still now, continuing to radiate love. Let us imagine a beautiful, expansive shade tree on a hillside. Imagine ourselves seated so comfortably on the earth, feeling that connection to Mother Earth. And let us imagine ourselves seated with a dear beloved friend. It could be a teacher, a partner, one with whom we feel absolutely safe, cared for, loved, unquestionably loved and cared for. Maybe this is a friend that we've known for some time, someone who knows us beyond all our words, beyond all the shared experiences. An extraordinary friend, feeling that connection, that safety, that beauty. And then imagine that everything that you've ever and all that you've ever hoped and dreamed to say, to communicate, to express, to share, imagine all of that has been received by this friend of pure love, of pure care. They can hold and receive absolutely everything and anything, all of it. Nothing need be held back. Nothing need be hidden. Nothing need be worried about or feared. It is all not only received, but welcomed with a full heart, with a fully loving, receptive heart. So as we move into the silence tonight, let us rest in the feeling, that feeling of connection with that individual being, that embodiment, and that embodiment as an expression of God. Everything that we dreamed of for this life is fulfilled, has been received, has been welcomed and embraced. Let us meditate on this now. May absolute peace pervade the whole universe. May absolute peace manifest through each of us to bless the world. May absolute peace abide in us as we abide in it, now and forevermore. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Please join with me if you like in offering our prayer of spiritual perfection. That is perfect. This is perfect. Out of that perfection emanates this perfection. In the ocean of perfection surge the waves of perfection. Yet that perfection is never lost. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Amen. All the gifts that you offer, the gifts are received in the heart of your brothers and sisters, and in the heart of God. Peace be with you now and always. Good night.